Yeah, so if the prosecutor wanted to charge Frank with embezzlement, so wanted to charge, let's just say wanted, wanted to charge with embezzlement. Sound good? Then he would be indicted. It's like the one legal question in the whole set. But Frank has not been indicted, so not I. Therefore, he's not an embezzler, so not E. Do we have a false contrapositive issue here?
In that wanting to charge for embezzlement is not equal to embezzlement.
These things don't equal, right? But we actually don't have a false contrapositive issue because the contrapositive of this, right, is not I leads to not WC. So if not I means not WCE, the assumption here is that not WCE means not E, right? That if he didn't want to charge him with embezzlement, that he's not actually an embezzler. But maybe he doesn't want to, but he's still an embezzler. Okay. So as we go through and look at the parallel questions, right, the parallel flawed, yeah, we're going to want to make sure we have an if-then statement, and then the premise is going to have to negate the necessary condition, right? Do you want to go through them all? Okay, so answer choice A. If Rosita knew that her 9 a.m. appointment, 9 a.m., I just added that, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I want to say something else, but I'll just say 9 o'clock. Appointment would cancel. She would not come in to work until 10. Oh, it was at a.m., pretty sure, unless she works late. She'd not come in until 10. I don't like this. Why not? We haven't even finished it, but it's wrong. What is it doing wrong?
It's negating all the
Yeah.
Isn't it like?
So if it says if 9, if she knew that her 9 o'clock appointment would cancel, she would not come in, right?
Yeah.
And then what did it say? What should it say next?
If she came in at 10.
Well, not if, but she came in at 10.
Then she did not know that her 9 would cancel.
Yeah, conclusion.
Right.
Yeah. But instead, they said she did not come in until 10. In other words, it affirmed the necessary condition, the then clause in the first part. So if I were to diagram this, it'd be like, if she had known that 9 would cancel, then she would not have come in at 10. She did not come in at 10. Notice these two things are the same, whereas these two things are different. Okay, you cool with that? All right. But I wouldn't actually try to diagram. I'd try to see that if I could, just to save time. So answer choice B, if Barry had won the lottery, if he had won, he would stay home to celebrate. Who wouldn't? You don't need to work anymore. But Barry did not win the lottery. How do we think about this? But Barry what?
Went to work.
Yeah, Barry went to work or did not stay home, right? Instead, it negated the sufficient condition, right? This is also wrong. Kent, you cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, C. If Makoto believed that he left the oven on, he would rush home. What? What was that? Makoto. But you don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly?
Oh, I don't doubt it.
これから日本語で話したいと思います。
いいですか?
Can we talk in Japanese from now on?
No.
Okay. Okay, so if Makoto, I'll say however you want, believed that he left the oven on, he would rush home, but Makoto is still at work. So he did not rush home. So far, so good, right? So obviously, he did not leave the oven on. Notice the if clause was about believing. Believe that he left the oven on, and then the conclusion is he did not leave the oven on. That's kind of similar to wanting to, or what was it? Yeah, wanted to charge versus actual embezzlement. I think this is probably it. Okay, last two really quick because even if we feel good about this, just want to rush through them, right, Jenny? That's follow Jenny's lead here. D. If Tamara believed she was getting a promotion, she would come into work early. She did come into work early. No, it affirmed the necessary condition, right? E. If Lucy believed she was going to be fired, she would not come home. Not come into work today. Sorry, she would not come into work today. She is going to be fired. Now it's going back to the sufficient. We want it to negate the necessary. So this is that. All right. Do we feel good about Marika? Feel good about this?
So it says if the prosecutor wanted to charge Frank with embezzlement, then Frank would have been indicted.
Mm-hmm.
And then if she believed she was, and then it says, but he has not been indicted. Here it says if she believed she was getting a promotion, she would have come into work early. She did come in early. So both of them are, one's negating whatever the thing after the then is, and the other one is.
No, it's not. She would come into work early. She did come into work early. That's not negated. That's the
No,
same.
I meant the passage negated it. I'm
Yes.
comparing the two.
Oh, to D?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're saying it's wrong, right? Or are you saying
I
it's
was
right?
saying I didn't see why I was wrong.
Oh, well, because the passage negated it.
Oh, so you need the negation for the analogy.
Yeah, well,
Or
what we need right here is we need this to be the opposite of that.
Okay.
And so since she would come into work, she did come in.
Okay.
She would come in early, sorry, and she did come in early. That's affirming it. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Is it always the negation, or if in the passage it negates, but in the answer choice, is it possible the answer choice is right without having a negation, but just like an opposite word or a word that means?
Yes. It just needs to not necessarily negate that with like not or anything like that. It just needs to be the opposite of what that was. So if it said like eat breakfast, then it would be like went outside.
But there's a difference between opposite and negation. You're saying opposite is okay.
Yeah, I mean it is true that there is a difference, right? Saying that like let's say it said if she wakes up early, then she'll have a grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
Then it says she ate oatmeal. It's like, does that mean she didn't eat grapefruit? She could still have eaten grapefruit, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like it's suggesting.
Right.
So it's not a perfectly parallel argument,
Yeah.
but maybe it's close enough. It would just,
But
I
that
would
could
keep
work
it.
as an answer.
That could maybe work as an answer because it's kind of saying that she didn't eat grapefruit. Now it relies on the assumption that someone who ate oatmeal did not eat grapefruit.
Yeah.
But wait, what?
That's what C does, doesn't it?
It might. Let's see.
It says, but he's still at work, so that means like he's not home.
Or he didn't rush home.
Yeah, rush. He's still at work. Maybe he could still rush home, but or he works at home. Yeah, there's some. It's not like a perfect negation, right? But we keep it open just in case. And if you see a better one that's just flat out negates it and everything else is good, then you pick that one. Because a lot of times the correct answer in a parallel reasoning question is just the one that's most parallel, even though it's not perfect. Yeah. Cool. Good questions. All right.